Welcome to the Bourbon Van. I'm Phil.
I'm Julie. Welcome to day 2.
This episode of the 2024 Bourbon Van Advent Whiskey Tournament is brought to you by Still Austin Cask Strength Rye Whiskey. Featuring intense aromas, a robust palate, and a long, complex finish, it's the perfect whiskey for the holiday season. Or any season. Seriously, this whiskey's so good. Day 2, no idea who gave us these, no idea what they are. They look like whiskey, and that's a good start to the day.
And I poured them the same way. 2-1 in the logo, 2-2 in the 5-sip glass. And before we start,
Sure.
I just want to do an extra shout out. Again, I'm wearing my Santa paws.
Sure.
But also, the t-shirt that I won in my white elephant gift or whatever you do at work last year, nobody wanted this. I snuck it and stole it from somebody at the end. Love it.
Yeah, everybody that passed on it, big mistake.
Big mistake. It doesn't really fit. It's probably 3 sizes too big for me. But, when you're shopping for a whole office, you get what you get.
I think you did great.
Thank you.
Another gift for the community, a little something from the Bourbon Van, because we're givers around here. If you enjoy holiday music, you enjoy holiday jazz, for instance, our Spotify playlist is linked down below in the comments and also in the notes of this video. You can click on that. It'll take you to our holiday jazz playlist, curated by both of us because we care.
We do.
It's a nice little something to listen to. We enjoy it very much.
Yes, and do you know another fun tip before we get into the whiskey?
We've got so many tips today. Look at the Bourbon Van, just givers.
So this is Christmas vacation. Do you know what else is special about that?
Tell me.
We got Mavis on December 30th, and we were trying to pick her name, and it was the holiday season, and so we named her after, I don't remember what the song was called, but Mavis Staples, and it's the theme song to the Christmas vacation.
That's right. That's how Mavis got her name. There you go. Stories and treats abound on day 2.
I
the
love
Bourbon
this
Van
time of year.
Advent Tournament. Yeah, absolutely. It's a shorter tournament this year, so you're getting more goodies up front. Aren't we good to the community here? Glass 2-1. Let's get into it. We haven't wasted enough time today. You want to share anything else? What else you want to talk about?
I don't know. We'll see. I'm sure it'll be on pins and needles, I'm sure, this entire episode.
Wow.
I like the way this one smells.
So far, so good. It's very fruity. It's not overly spicy. I don't get the same rye vibes from yesterday on this one.
I actually disagree, and I think that
Really?
it does smell kind of spicy.
Interesting. Also, when I say rye vibes, the only thing that we eliminated yesterday was a wheat whiskey. So we still don't even know if that other bottle was a rye. We have no idea.
Man, I wonder if that first one was a rye. It was very rye-tastic.
This one does have a little spice on it.
Yeah.
I'm going to go to 2-2.
I said nothing about that. Pins and needles, everybody. Pins and needles.
Welcome to the Bourbon Van Day 2.
Whoa. Oh, that is like grilled anything. Grilled meat, grilled fruit.
Wow, huge fruit. Pineapple.
Wow.
I got my nose a little too deep in there.
Yeah.
Huh.
They don't smell the same.
Let me say this, when it comes to Advent, we don't know from day to day what we're going to pick. Some days we want the huge, bombastic, weird flavors. Other days we want that nice, straight down Main Street sort of flavor profile that's familiar and just lovely.
Yeah.
I will say, I was going to suggest that we go with glass number 2 to start tasting today.
I actually was going to too, to be fair to that, but I feel like it may overpower glass number 1.
The flavors on glass 2, the aroma at least on glass 2, so powerful. I think we should start with this first glass again.
And I also think, because that flavor was so strong, I went back to smell glass number 1, get some more aroma on there, and I feel like there might be just like a little grill note on there, subtler, but I could just be projecting.
If I had to think of what's in common on both of these, a little bit of pineapple.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Cheers. Wait, what did you say yesterday? Let's get the holidays started?
So let's start the holidays.
Oh, let's do that again. Okay.
Very reminiscent of our 5-sip.
I know, that's why I was like, it was very 5-sippy. Let's do it again.
Do you want to do that again?
Let's start the holidays?
You say it.
Let's start the holidays. Banana on the nose now. Banana on the palate. Banana runs. Wow. Yeah.
This is bigger flavors than I expected from the nose.
Yeah. Yeah, I wasn't expecting much. Banana runs. A little creme brulee.
Very sweet, though. Exceedingly sweet. There's nothing bitter here. There's
No.
very little spice,
Lovely.
if any.
Dessert.
Wow, there's a numbness on my tongue that's hanging around. I was looking for more flavors, but it's banana pudding.
Yeah, I don't get a lot of. There's not a big finish on this. I don't think it's very proofy.
No.
Gotta like that flavor profile, which I do.
Wow. That is interesting whiskey.
I wasn't
there.
expecting it to, I mean, I don't know what this one's going to taste like, but I wasn't expecting it to be. It's very light. It's very. I mean, you can't say anything more than banana pudding, banana runs, kind of, not creme brulee, but like just kind of that like creaminess.
Yeah, it's reminiscent of a creamy, desserty sort of thing. Mm-hmm. Going back in.
Every so often, I think that someone's going to sneak in an Old Forester on me.
Yeah, that was my first thought here.
I know, and I don't think that this is, but I feel like it is reminiscent.
Little green leafiness. That's actually kind of nice. It offsets that sweetness. But even that is a sweet vibe, like a banana leaf sort of thing. Interesting whiskey. I have no idea what we're getting into here.
Yeah.
That was very unusual, that whiskey.
I'm going to say this right now, that I don't know from a flavor standpoint if it'll stand up to all the other ones that we're going to be up against. But if it gets eliminated, I feel kind of sad about it because I do like it. Like, I think it's delicious.
Yeah,
so
I think it's...
I'm interested to see what this back glass feels a little scary to me. So we'll see what that brings.
Yeah, glass one there could be sort of sneaky. Does coat nice, doesn't finish. The finish doesn't last forever.
Right.
Little spice hanging around there. Banana pudding with Nilla wafers.
Dessert. You could have this after any meal and be very satisfied. Save yourself, 350 calories.
Yeah. After Thai food. I would like that after Thai food. We're going to cleanse the palate really quickly, and we will be on to glass number 2.
I'll be honest, I kind of dig it. I was taken aback when I first smelled it. Wasn't not expecting this, but I still stand by that there's a little bit of a grill note to it, some grilled fruit there, but it's also kind of caramely and reminiscent of the first glass where there's a little bit of creaminess in there.
Yeah, and one of our favorite things to do in Chicago at the holidays, go to the Chris Kindle Mart.
Yes.
And scoop up some of the toasted almonds, toasted pecans, that sort of thing. And there's a little bit of that roasty, toasty goodness in this glass. More holiday-tastic than I expected it to be on the nose the first time around. I think it's time to say cheers and have another sip here.
Do
you want to do it again?
Yeah.
All right, cheers.
Cheers. This one coats a lot more.
Man, this one's an interesting sip. I like it a lot.
Flavors are hard to pin down for me. I definitely like that grill note is still there. It's sticky. Like, it is coating the roof of my mouth.
What an unusual flavor profile this whiskey has. They're both pretty unusual. Good matchup here.
Yeah.
Interesting matchup. I think medicinal on the back end here as well. We experienced that yesterday, or I guess it was 2 days ago. I keep thinking that these are just going to be 24 straight days again, but with only 16 whiskeys in here, we're breaking it up a little bit. This one is definitely going more medicinal now. It's going more cough syrup for me. I don't know if you're getting that vibe at all.
I got a lot of coffee on this now.
Oh, that's nice.
This is more like cafe au lait on this one. For something, I don't know, sip 2 or 3, whichever I was doing, I was just getting a little bit more of that coffee, a little espresso, a little bit of cream there.
I'd buy that. Absolutely. That's interesting, because my first sip of that I was not really a fan of. And maybe it's just your tasting notes. They were excellent. That talked me into it. But here comes that finish again. The finish is very cough syrupy for me. It goes from that nice coffee note that sort of, that flavor profile went really far in the tournament last year for us.
Yeah.
But that whiskey, as I recall it, didn't finish the way that this one finishes, which is very strange to me. It shifts gears, but it doesn't go to my favorite place.
And to me, that finish is hanging around. I mean, I love coffee, but it's got a little bit of nuttiness, but like coffee, chocolate, like almost like chocolate-covered nuts, but maybe with like a hit of espresso beans.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's just that's really what I'm getting right now. Less of that grilled pineapple, grilled fruit note now. The nose was crazy, but the palate doesn't really convey that.
I think that this whiskey is crazy from start to finish. Glass number 2. I'm going to cleanse my palate. Go back to glass number 1 now, because I have a feeling that glass number 1 is going to taste a lot less, because I thought that there was some absurdity with glass 1. I have a feeling that now it's not going to taste so absurd at all.
It's going to make sense.
It might make sense.
So you're going with glass 1?
Indeed.
Man, it is banana pudding.
It's totally banana pudding. Wow.
Shoot, this one's gonna be a tricky one for me because I actually like the flavor of glass number 2, but I like everything about glass number 1 speaks to me.
There's some brown sugar showing up here on glass number 1 now. Man, the banana note is huge. What is that? I don't think that's an Old Forester product.
I don't either.
It's a little thin.
Yeah.
It coats nice, but it's a little thin. Doesn't hang around that much. I don't know. For me, this is going to be like a lesser of two evils. Because I can't say that I'm crazy about either one of these, but I definitely like one more than the other one at this point. We'll see. This is a strange day at the Bourbon Van Advent tournament. Yeah,
my conflict lies more in... I do want to think about, like, what do I think is going to hold up in the tournament? But also... There's things that I like and dislike about both of them. Glass number 1, the flavors are right up my alley, delicious. It doesn't wow me, like I'm not wowed by it, but I think it's just like wonderful. Like I think it's a great dessert. Glass number 2, hate the nose. I actually don't like the nose at all. Like not that I hate it, that's too strong of a word, but I'm like, ugh, if this was if I was new to this and I'm like somebody gave that to me and I was like, no. But I love the palate. I think the palate's delicious.
I think the nose and the palate on glass number 2, I'm a huge fan of. It's the finish, and I just had it again.
Interesting.
That finish goes so hard in the grape cough syrup lane.
Man, that's 2 for 2 on that grape cough syrup for you.
That is something. And the first one was a pleasant grape, and this one is not so much. Wow, we'll go back and forth a couple minutes here, and then we will have our decision. Wow, what a matchup. Whoever put this one together, well done.
Yeah, well done. I'm confused on this one. I think I'm ready.
That was quick.
Yeah. So I think, yeah.
1, 2, 3. We switched. I went with glass 2-1, and you went with glass 2-2.
Yeah.
The huge flavors there did more for you to offset the nose that you're not a fan of.
Yeah, I found it more interesting. Just overall.
I completely agree with you.
When I was thinking in terms of the tournament and what could go further, generally, and this could be, this is going against what I normally do. Generally, I'm like, I like it. I'm going to move it forward. I am trying to think a little bit more strategically this year, but also I wasn't wowed enough with my glass number 1 to overtake the kind of crazy flavors that are in glass number 2.
And for me, I went the opposite. I did the Julie thing this time around, whereas I love the nose. I really love the palate on this. The palate on this is exactly what I get really excited about in a whiskey these days. But that finish, it takes away any bit of joy I was getting from that glass. It was such a great sip until, wow, all of a sudden it wasn't. Glass number 1, do I think it's going to go very far in this tournament? Not really.
Yeah.
But that banana pudding is super
delicious.
Pleasant, very nice. It's the yellow lab. Nobody's gonna dislike that. You're gonna look at it and go, that makes me happy.
Yeah.
Glass number 2 for you. We have split for the first time in this tournament.
I love splitting, actually. I don't want to find out right away. I want to find out later.
I want there to be suspense, and I want to know 2 rounds from now when that glass number 2 is still in there for you.
Who decided to put this forward?
When it finally gets eliminated, it's gonna be so fun to see. Oh, I should have picked that. What was I thinking? But super fun, great day. Don't know who gifted these to us, and because we didn't both eliminate the same one, we don't even get to find out what it was, which is always exciting. So thank you, as always, for joining us. We hope that your brackets are fully intact, and who knows, they might be from wherever we are.
To wherever you are.
Cheers.
Cheers. I definitely think whoever put these together did not think I was going to move forward that one.
I bet they thought that we were going to flip these.
Yeah.
Sorry, whoever you are.
Calling all hitchhikers, hop-ons, backseat drivers, and navigators. The Bourbon Van is hitting the road from coast to coast in 2025, and we want you to come along for the ride. Join our Patreon community for as little as $3 a month to make sure you never miss a meetup, single barrel selection, or road trip adventure.